What's up, people of YouTube? I'm Karsatowski, and welcome back to the Karsatowski Games YouTube channel. And today we have our third match of the Wii Sports Bowling Winter-Spring Tournament. So if you guys have been keeping up with the tournament thus far, we've had two matches that have been contested between Dewey and Pee-wee. Dewey ended up moving on to our top 8. And last time, we had Wakey versus Jenna Kate. Jenna Kate survives going under top 8. If you have not witnessed any of those matches, you want to tune into those before watching this video. But today, guys, we have possibly our two fan favorites and possibly the two best bowlers on this Wii Sports console. So you will not want to miss this match, folks. And without further ado, let's get on to the third match of the Wii Sports Bowling Winter-Spring Tournament. The first bowler in our third match. He is one of the most recognized bowlers on this YouTube channel, Karsatowski Games, and he has the highest skill level of any bowler at over 1900, and he has also bowled the most perfect games out of any Wii bowler on this console. It's Czhauwhnng. So Czhauwhnng is our definite pro bowler. If there's the definition of a pro bowler in Wii Sports Bowling, it has to be Czhauwhnng. So we're going to witness his first frame of this tournament. And of course, the legend starts off with a strike. Our second bowler of this match. He is probably among the top 2 and 3 bowlers on this entire Wii console. He is one of the most used Miis in Wii Sports. It's Tito. So Tito is another fan favorite of Wii Sports Bowling, and he is also a pro just like Czhauwhnng, so don't think this match is going to be a one-way match, because it's far from it. Tito goes a tad light, leaving the 4-7. This is going to be a great match, folks. These bowlers are going to start at the same part of the lane, and you might possibly see them moving in just a little bit as the game goes on. Czhauwhnng goes a little bit too quick on that shot, leaving a pretty difficult spare to start off with. Ooh, and he almost chops the 7-pin. So our highest scoring match so far has been bowled by Jenna Kate in our second match of the top 16. And the average score that we've had has been right around the 150s to 220s. We've had about 3 games that have been bowled in the 150s and 3 games that have been bowled in the 220s. I would say how this match is going, we may go out for low 200s, as both these bowlers are kind of struggling to get to the pocket. We may see them move a little bit inside as this match progresses, as both bowlers are trying to figure out this lane. Tito looks like he goes a little bit further left, gets it over first arrow. Czhauwhnng gets that ball over first arrow, and it skids the whole way. But they're both pretty much staying right on top of each other. Pretty much the closest that any bowler has had to the same style ever since the Dewey and Pee-wee match. That's a pretty good looking shot from Tito, but ball ends up going a little bit high. Yeah, this match is going to be overall pretty close if these bowlers don't start making really big adjustments. It doesn't look like that the right side part of the lane is real favorable right now. You may get a strike here and there, but I think it's going to be mostly 8 spare, 9 spare for the most part, if they keep in that same part of the lane, unless they can throw it better. That's our first double of the match by Czhauwhnng. Let's see if Tito can strike as well for his own double for an 11-pin deficit. That ball looked like it skid again. A lot of the ball reaction that we've seen is a ball just going a hair high or a hair light. And that was just a little bit too slow for Tito. He should have thrown that ball a little bit faster and got a little bit behind it instead of trying to hook it a little bit left. And Czhauwhnng takes advantage with the turkey. Let's see if Tito can get back into this with a few strikes. Tito is in a good spot of the lane, but he has such little room on the lane that he's going to have to be almost perfect with his execution. And Czhauwhnng is kind of in a similar boat as well. Neither of these players can miss very far inside, but I think as long as they keep their ball speed in check, they can miss a little bit right and still get the ball in the pocket, as long as they throw it a little bit slower. Tito wheels that ball real nicely in for all 10 back. That ball pushed a little bit for Czhauwhnng, almost leaving the 7-10 split. Getting away with just a 10-pin. That ball creeps just a little bit high for Tito, only leaving a 4-pin. So this game so far is between 43 pins. Czhauwhnng pretty much will take game 1, but he needs as high pin count as he can in order to stay that far ahead of Tito. He leaves a split, and he fails to pick it up, so that'll be a 2-13 for Czhauwhnng. And Tito goes a tad high and almost leave the split. Not the easiest spare conversion, but he picks it up. And Tito gets a nice strike for a field shot. So that is a 213 to 180 to start out with. So as of right now, Czhauwhnng has a slight advantage. So Czhauwhnng currently has a 33-pin lead over Tito. But that definitely can change over these next 2 games. And of how we've seen so far, it's not over until it's over. I don't know if these bowlers will make too big of an adjustment or not. I think they just need to throw it in a more consistent spot, and for what I've seen, they just need to move a little bit further right and keep their ball speed a little bit lower. And Tito just looks like he didn't put quite enough hook on that ball. Nice looking shot from Czhauwhnng. Gets that ball to flush up nicely in the pocket. Tito's looking like he's flirting with gutter. And I don't really know if that's the best idea. See how that ball goes pretty light. This bowling is pretty much a game of inches, and when you're throwing it that far to the right side, every inch pretty much counts. Like, Czhauwhnng threw that shot just about a full inch left of Tito. And you can see how Czhauwnng's ball was flush in the pocket, and Tito left that split. Now, that shot was just a little bit slow from Tito. That was pretty much right on top of Czhauwnng's last shot, except that Tito threw it a little bit too slow. Perfect strike from Czhauwhnng, and the turkey for this game. Oh, that ball went a little bit high as well. So I think Tito might try to go for an even bigger adjustment this game because his ball just isn't finishing in the pocket correctly. And he's really not throwing it all that much different than Czhauwhnng. Czhauwnng's ball reaction is overall just that much better at that part of the lane. It's like Tito might try to go a little bit in. That was pretty slow from Tito. He probably should have just moved a little bit further left and give that ball a little bit more room. As of right now, it looks like this is going to be a rout in Game 2 for Czhauwhnng, as he's already has a 33-pin lead over Tito going into Game 2. And if Tito doesn't figure out something quick, then Czhauwhnng's probably going to win by at least 50 or 60 pins in this game alone. Seven pin for Czhauwhnng. Oh, and he almost whiffs on the 7 pin. Spare conversions haven't been the best over the last 2 times, the last 2 or 3 matches that we've had. Yeah, Tito just cannot get his ball to get in the pocket correctly. And through 7 frames, Czhauwhnng has a 58-pin lead. Nice strike from Tito. I don't know if Tito will stay in that spot, but he needs to figure out something if he's going to overcome this deficit. Ooh, that's a stone 8-pin from Czhauwhnng. You get those a lot of times if you're going hard and straight, and if the ball doesn't have very much deflection. Good shot from Tito, goes a tad high. He really needed that break right there to gain some ground over Czhauwhnng. But it looks like Czhauwhnng is probably going to end up in the 230s. And Tito, the best he can do is about 210 or 220. So Czhauwhnng is still going to have a pretty good lead over Tito going into Game 3. So that's a 233 in Game 2 for Czhauwhnng. So Tito pretty much needs to strike out to cut the deficit a little bit. That's a really good shot from Tito. That's probably the best shot he's thrown this game. That was just a touch inside and trips a 6-pin for a hand button. Oh, that was a great shot by Tito, but leaves a stone 8-pin. But Tito did what he needed to do in the 10th frame and comes out with a 210. So that's Czhauwhnng with the 233 and Tito with the 210. So that game he was 23 pins behind Czhauwhnng. So total, Tito is trailing by 56 pins. And Czhauwhnng right now is averaging just over 226 right now. Or actually, he's averaging about 223 at this point. So, pretty much as long as Czhauwhnng shoots another 213, 233, I think that this may be Czhauwnng's match to lose. Well, when he picks that up. But I think if Czhauwhnng shoots at least 200 on the nose, then Tito will have to shoot at least 260. And both players go a little bit light in their first frame. But Tito picks up that spare. Czhauwhnng goes light again, leaving double wood. That ball never looked like it faced up at all, leaving the exact same spare. But Tito manages to pick it up again, so we're neck and neck pretty much. This is a 3-pin game right here. Czhauwhnng finally gets his ball to flush in the pocket. Tito goes just a tad high. Tito has yet to have a consistent ball reaction in this game. Whereas Czhauwnng's pretty much been playing right around first arrow to the gutter the whole time. And he's had a few shots like that, but he struck over 50% of the time within 2 games. But as long as Czhauwhnng can keep filling frames, I think this is his match to lose. Yeah, Tito just cannot get his ball to react in the pocket. When he trips out that 7-pin for a great spare conversion. Czhauwhnng goes a tad light, gets away from not leaving 7-10 split. Ooh, Tito tries a new approach, goes straight, gives that ball quite a bit of side rotation. That's probably his best shot going straight that he's had total today. Ooh, Czhauwhnng trips out that 8-pin. Not today, 8-pin. Oh! Tito leaves another 8-pin. That's 2 8-pins in the last 2 games. That's going to cost him right there. Czhauwhnng goes pretty light. There's a pretty bad shot. Picks it up nicely. So both these players are clean through 7.5 frames. But Tito is trailing by 7 pins in Game 3 of our third match. Czhauwhnng pretty much threw the same shot as last time. That ball faced up nicely. Went a little bit light. Yet Tito is scratching and clawing to get himself back into this match. But Tito is still in a really big hole with only 2 frames remaining. And it's pretty much over. That shot pretty much solidifies Czhauwhnng moving on to the top 8. Light from Tito, still leaving that 8-pin though. That's 2 8-pins in the last 3 frames. And I don't think that's necessarily Tito's undoing for this match, but it looks like it may be a little bit of a contributor as to why he's not moving on. And Czhauwhnng, I feel like Czhauwngg's ball is just rolling out too much.
Nice spare.
This game. He's got 1 shot left. And he gets that one to face up, goes high. And Czhauwhnng will finish out at a 193. His only game through 3 frames that has not been a 200. Well, Tito never really had a great reaction today, but it was a valiant effort going up against the best bowler in Wii Sports Bowling. And Tito actually will beat Czhauwhnng in this game, figuring it out a little bit late. Yeah, honestly, I don't know why Tito's ball reaction has been so lackluster this match. But Tito just got in the way by beating Czhauwhnng a little bit this game. So Czhauwhnng will end off Game 3 with the 193. And Tito will end off this game with the 197. So our results are in, ladies and gentlemen. So Czhauwhnng has won that 3-game series over Tito with a 639, and Tito has bowled a 587. So far, Game 3 of our top 16 has been our highest scoring match. Tito is currently tied with Dewey as the second highest series of this tournament, and Czhauwhnng is the only bowler that has managed to get over 600, which is also a 200 average. So, pretty good game right there. Czhauwhnng gets away with a 48-pin victory over Tito, and we will see Czhauwhnng in our top 8. So be sure you guys stay tuned with that. Well guys, that's pretty much all we have for our 3rd game of this tournament. Be sure you tune in for next week and see the 4th game of our Wii Sports Bowling Tournament. And be sure that you guys are subscribed to this channel so you never miss any more of this bowling tournament and any more of my videos. I'm Karsatowski, keep watching my content, and I'll see you in the next video. See you guys.